Hello everybody, it's Brian for GadgetUnit.com, and in this video I'll be showing you my complete iPhone 6 Plus setup. First I'll start with the accessories. So as you can see, I'm still using my white and black candy shell grip by Spec. This is definitely my go-to case for smartphones. They do make this exact case for other devices as well, such as the Galaxy Note 5 from last year and some other models from this year. In terms of the screen protector, I am using my Tech Armor anti-glare screen protector. You can see some smudges on it, otherwise it's not too bad. They wipe off fairly easily. I've had the same screen protector installed for several weeks now. It's actually probably several months at this point, and it still holds up just fine. I really do like the anti-glare variety of screen protectors because, as you can tell, there is really not that much glare on the screen. If this wasn't here, you could see the ceiling lights clearly, so this definitely helps reduce the glare, smudges, scratches, and a number of other things. So as a lot of you probably already know, the jailbreak for iOS 9.2 through 9.3.3 was released on Sunday, so it was a good old classic Sunday fun day, which was kind of nice to see happen again because it's been quite a while since that's actually happened. And I immediately jailbroke my iPhone 6 Plus, freshly restored to 9.3.3. Here we are at my lock screen. There's nothing to show here, but the first tweak I want to show is called Virtual Home. And that allows you to use the Touch ID sensor to do stuff with your device. So when your screen is off, you could just tap the home button and it'll immediately wake your screen. Of course, you can continue holding on it to unlock. You can also do other things. So for example, I have it set so that if I just put my finger on the button for a few seconds, it'll turn the display off. And of course, I could turn it on again without even having to push the button down, or use the power button to put the phone to sleep. Let me decrease the brightness just a little bit. I don't have the best camera, so this overall quality is probably not going to be the greatest, but hopefully it works out. So here we are at my home screen. I'm not using blank icons anymore like I did when I wasn't jailbroken. I am using, I believe, I don't know the name of the tweak, but once I go through my Cydia list, it'll immediately come back to me. But I have a setup that's very similar to my other jailbreak setup. So I have a 5-column layout, 5-icon dock as well. For those, I use Better 5-icon dock and Better 5-column home screen. I think that's what those are called. Again, once I go to my Cydia list, you'll be able to see everything. For some of this, like the icon size, I did use Spring-to-Mize 3. So for example, the home screen icons, I believe, are set to 85% size, while the dock icons are set to 95, and they do have a bit of a cover flow effect to it. I've been using that for quite a while with Spring-to-Mize 3. And that's really it. I only have one page. I disabled the Spotify page. You can still pull it down. No issues there. As you can see, I am using the Swipe keyboard, which is available in the App Store for free. And before I continue, you may notice that there's no SIM card. That's because I have my SIM in a Samsung Galaxy J7. It's a $200 prepaid phone. And the reason I have this is because, honestly, even with my jailbreak, I'm sort of tired of iPhones. I've been using the iPhone since the iPhone 3G, and I think it's finally time to switch to something else. I've been using Android phones on and off for the past several years, as you guys know if you've been following me for a while. I have been receiving quite a few different smartphones to review and things like that. So I think I'm finally, you can hear the notifications going off in my pocket. In fact, let me take it out and show you to you. This is the Galaxy J7, pretty basic Samsung smartphone. It's not quite as low end as other smartphones within this price range, but I must say that I'm actually pretty happy with this phone overall. So it's definitely going to be cool to go to the Galaxy Note 7, which is going to be announced and possibly released next week. Early next week rather, so do expect some videos on that. All the accessories for it actually arrived today, so a couple of USB-C cables, USB A to C cables, cases, screen protectors, everything I need for that phone is here. So that's why there's no SIM in my iPhone currently. So let me go to settings, and actually before I do that, let me show you I'll go over the icons real quick. So Messages, Calendar, App Store, Photos, Camera. In my stock folder I have, here's another tweak I'm using, it's called Classic Folders. I have Calculator, Clock, Field Test, Health, Notes, Voice Memos, Weather, and Wallet. And that's it. These 4 apps are, of course, other stock apps, but everything else I have hidden. So Stocks, that's hidden. The Find My Phone app, that's hidden. And everything else that you would normally get with your phone are all hidden. So my jailbreak folder, I have Beta Font 3, that's what I'm going for, Cydia, Flex 3 Beta, iCleaner, iFile, MyY9, which doesn't work yet. We have the PP app for jailbreaking. It's still funny hearing that. 3G Unrestrictor, which doesn't totally work because when you try to add apps to it, your phone resprings. And that's it there, only one page. Games, Carmageddon, Crazy Taxi, Crossy Road, Flight Control, Game of Life, Rolling Sky, Osu, Steam, Social folder, Facebook, Instagram, Periscope, Skype, Swarm, Tweetbot, Twitter. Others, Disney World, File Explorer, Golf Shot, Google Maps, 99.5 Kiss Rocks, My D-Link Lite, Randomizer, Shazam, Sling Player, Speed Test, T-Mobile, T-Mobile Tuesdays, TeamViewer, TV Guide, Time Warner Cable TV, Withings, AdGuard, and Swipe. Lastly, in my dock, I have Phone, Safari, Settings, Mail, and Spotify. Now we'll go into the Settings app, but instead of just tapping on it, let me tap and hold on it. And here are the internal settings. So if any of you have followed the iOS internal settings since probably iOS 7, then you would know what this is about. These are just the different things that Apple developers can tweak. So animations are something that I have tweaked, and I also have it set so that when you lock your phone, it doesn't fade the lock screen brightness. So you can see that it just locks instantly. Same thing when it wakes, the backlight no longer has to fade out or fade in. So those are just a few things that I do with that. And as you notice, there's no animation when opening or closing the app. Also, back to virtual home for a minute. As I showed you, you can just put your finger on or just tap the sensor to wake the device. I'm also doing the same thing to go to the home screen. Much faster it feels than actually pushing the button down. And of course, it's going to allow your home button to last longer. So here we are at the settings. By the way, I am using a jailbreak theme. It's called Amury, A-M-U-R-Y, with Winterboard, which, as far as I can tell, does work fine in 9.3.3. So Advanced Settings 8 is what the tweak was called. That brought up the internal settings. Anchor is what I use to place the icons anywhere I want on the grid. OXO Legacy Edition is my preferred multitasking, app switcher method. You don't have to push the button twice, you just slide up from the bottom. Easy to access with your thumb or one finger when you're holding the phone. Very efficient, very effective as well. Everything you could do through Control Center, you can still do here. Music controls, volume controls, brightness, AirPlay, AirDrop, all that stuff is still here and easily accessible from this much more condensed Control Center layout. But really for me, it's definitely the app switcher that makes this tweak very much worth it. This method of switching between apps to me is the most efficient across any mobile platform. I don't think even Android can do this, even with custom ROMs. Berry C8 I have turned off, but that allows you to add little icon shortcuts to your lock screen. This one doesn't work because it crashes for the same reason of 3G Unrestrictor, where basically when you try to select apps, your phone will respring. So not very useful yet. CC settings allows you to change the toggles that you have in your Control Center. So here's my first page. Those are the 5 that I have. I have a second page which has another 5. So that's kind of nice. Classic folders is what I showed you here. So instead of bringing the folder open in the middle of the screen, they just show up at the bottom, much like older versions of iOS. To me, this is more efficient for easily accessing apps with one finger. You don't have to try and move up to the middle of the screen. Everything's just right here, well within thumb's reach. Very nice to have. Full Force, as you can tell, just made my phone respring, but that allows you to take apps that aren't optimized for the iPhone 6 Plus, so games and other apps, and expand those to fill the entire screen. One bug I experience is that whenever my phone does go into a respring, whether something crashed or I force it to respring, it does go into safe mode first, but if I respring again, it works that time. So don't open the Full Force settings this time, but I just explained what that does. My J7 just got a text. I'm still trying to learn the sounds from that. Next up is Infinite Tweet, which doesn't work, but this adds TwitLonger capabilities to different Twitter clients. For example, it does not work currently with Tweetbot 4. I don't know if it's the app itself or if it's the extension that's doing that. Next is NC Fold, which allows you to collapse the different notifications that you have in your notifications tab. Not going to go to that now because there might be some sensitive ones there. This tweak still needs some updates. The developer has been pushing out some updates, but they're still not fully compatible with 9.3.3. Spring to minus 3, hopefully everybody knows what this is by now. Video pace allows you to increase the speed of audio and music. audio and videos. You can tell I'm trying to rush through this video before my camera's battery dies. This doesn't work yet. Hopefully Ryan Petrich puts out a update. Virtual Home, already went through that, but here are some of the settings and some of the things that you can customize. The ability to wake your screen does use extra battery life, so that's why you can set the inactivity period here. I have it set to 2 minutes, which has the second least impact on your battery. Never would obviously be the least impactful. Winterboard, everybody knows what that is as well. So with that out of the way, let's go to Cydia and I'll show you everything that I have there. This is the first time opening Cydia all day because I've been using my J7. This has just been sitting on my dresser collecting dust. Cydia Substrate got an update. Now before I continue, I do have the Bite Your Apple repo installed or added to Cydia, which is a cracked app repo. I only have that because Virtual Home is on it, and I think that you still cannot purchase anything from Cydia. Let me try and find an example. So it says here that Cydia is not yet prepared to accept money for any products on this version of iOS. So because of that, as much as I wanted to buy that tweak, I'm not able to, and I really wanted to try it out. So I got the cracked version instead. So use it to try it out. If you like it, buy it when everything starts to work again. Here are all of my packages. So Amuri is the theme that I use that I mentioned earlier. AFC2 allows you to access your iPhone's file system through USB directly. The entire file system. Better 5 column home screen, Better 5 icon dock. Mentioned those earlier as well. So you've already gone through a lot of these. iOS 4 signal bars for iPhone 6 Plus. That's a package that I made, and a lot of people are still downloading. I can't really demonstrate that because I don't have a SIM card installed. But here is an animated GIF that I made showing what it looks like. Pretty fancy, I must say. MyY9 is there. Let's see, the T-Mobile Zeppelin logos. I had Zeppelin installed, but it messed up with my carrier still, so I think hopefully that tweak has some updates now, but I can't really try it right now without a SIM anyway. The Ubuntu Lite font, some of you may have noticed that there's a different font on my home screen, or throughout the OS rather, and that font is called Ubuntu Lite. That works just fine with Beta font. And that's it. So I think I went through everything that I have on my phone. I showed you all my jailbreak tweaks, my accessories, and my App Store apps. So that is my complete iPhone 6 Plus setup. This could possibly be the last of these videos that I'll ever do because I might leave the iPhone ecosystem once and for all. So we'll just have to see how that all works out. I do have a 14-day return policy on the Note 7 when I get it next week, so we'll just have to see how everything goes. But that is it with this video. If there are any comments, questions, or feedback about this or anything else, feel free to leave everything down below in the comments area. But again, that's it with this video. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll talk to you all in the next video.